Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, let's do the review of the Samsung Galaxy Watch LTE edition. This is the 42mm variant, and guys, if you recall, just last year in November I had reviewed the Galaxy Watch, and this was the 46mm variant, and at that time Samsung didn't bring the LTE variant. Just about a month ago they brought this LTE variant, and I've been actually using it for the last 8 days or so. So let me give you an overview of this one and what do I feel about the same. And in terms of functionality and looks, it's very similar to the last year's version, and the reason I'm reviewing this one now is that the regular version, that is non-LTE, the price has fallen quite a bit. I was checking Amazon and you can get it for just about 21,000, and during the sales and offers it can go as low as about 17,000-18,000. And for that price point, if you're looking for a smartwatch, I would say it's a very good one because the build quality is really good. It's solid, but again, it's not perfect. But let me first give you a physical overview about it. And as you can see, here is the watch itself, and this is the 42mm, this is the 46mm, and this is the color difference. This is known as the black one, midnight black, if I recall, and I feel this looks a lot more classier. This is also metal, and we also have it in the steel variant. I felt that this bigger 46mm is just too bulky. I like big watches, but even for me this was just too bulky. So this one, the black one, looks a lot more elegant, as you can see, and this is having a 1.2-inch Super AMOLED screen, as you can see, and these are the watch faces. You can change it, press it like this and you can change it. So you have a couple of them, but again, not a lot, but gets the job done, I would say. As you can see, I'm liking this digital one, and you can even customize what you want. For example, for me, it shows me the battery, date, time, the steps that I've taken, and the weather. And again, as it's a Samsung smartwatch, you have this bezel over here, which is a rotating one, and you can move around with this one. You don't have to use it, but it's a lot more easier to do this because this is also a touch screen, as you can see. So you can do it in two ways, and eventually you'll like the fact that you use this because you don't have to touch it for a lot of interactions, and that way the screen does not get empty. So I like that, and it works really well, as you can see. And again, the build quality is good. We have two buttons over here, physical. This is the one, and for example, let's say you are inside anything. For example, if I go over here, you press this is the back button, and you just go back over here, and this if you press it'll take you back to the home screen. As you can see, you are over here. If you just press it, it takes you back to the home screen. So that's what it is. And again, it has a lot of functionality because it's a complete smart watch, not what do you say, many of the dumbed down smartwatches that are just glorified wristband. This is a proper smartwatch, and as you can see, if I get a notification, I didn't get it now, I'll wait for it, but if you go over here, you get all your notifications over here, and you can customize what you want. And if I go over here, you see the weather, and then you have app shortcuts. This is the health, how much you've walked and stuff, so it changes based on that. Again, this shows you the calorie count, number of steps that you have climbed. It has barometer and stuff like that, and also steps, your heart rate. I have to wear it. It measures it automatically throughout the week, gives you an idea. It has the optical heart rate sensor here at the back. Let me just go back. So you have that functionality. You can add your contacts, your reminders over here, calendar events and stuff. You can add stress. It tries to measure. It's sort of a gimmick, but yeah, I would say. And again, you have a lot of modes over. You can add whatever you want, from running, etc. It also does auto tracking. For example, I go to morning walks sometimes, and it starts automatically tracking it, but it does not have happen immediately. After about almost a kilometer of walk, it detects that you're walking and starts automatically gathering stats about that. So it's nice if you forget it, but again, if you're just walking for half a kilometer or something, it won't detect that. Only after about 1100 steps or something, it starts to automatically detect, oh yeah, walking, so let me track how is your pace you're walking, your heart rate, other steps, distance, and all those things. So it does that, but again, it waits. And you can also control the music like any smartwatch. For example, if you're playing any music from your phone, you can control it via this one. You can also store some stuff over here. I'll show you. And again, this also has an altimeter and a barometer. I don't know how useful it would be for you, but it does have that. altimeter, and even a barometer it has over here. This is the pressure it shows. So yeah, you do have this stuff, and you can add more widgets if you want over here. I'll just press this and it goes back. Now what I like about this smartwatch is, again, smartwatches we use for notifications. For example, let's say you might get a WhatsApp notification. I'm just going to get a WhatsApp notification now, and I'll show you. As you can see, you got this dot over here. That means I've got a notification, and to read that, you just go here. I got a notification from Srikanth. It's a WhatsApp, so I can click on it, and he says hi. So I'll just reply to him, and you have these canned replies over here, as you can see. But let's say I don't want these canned replies. You can add also what you want. I have a bunch of them. You can edit what you want. But let's say I want to reply to him. Let's say I'm busy and I want to say I'll call you later. So I'm just going to hit this. I'll call you later. And as you can see, it did process that, but again, as you saw that it took a good about 5 odd seconds for it to process it. So that is actually, it works, I would say, but it is actually pretty slow on this watch. I have replied to a lot of WhatsApp messages like this, even SMS messages on this one, and it works. But again, after saying that, the recognition takes almost 5 to 7 seconds. So there is a delay. This is something that I do not face when I was using the Apple Watch. So it uses that Bixby. Yes, it works indirectly, but the thing is that it is a little bit slow. So that Bixby is there, but again, as you can see, it detected that word Bixby, as I told you. So I can say, hey Bixby, what's the weather? It's just doing its stuff, but again, as you can see, it is a little bit on the slower side. So I used it for WhatsApp replies and stuff, but as you can see, it is just a little bit slow. Bixby is not as fast as Siri or even the Google Assistant. But Samsung, it's a Samsung product, and Samsung loves Bixby, so that is something you have to live with it. But I like the fact that you can use voice to reply to simple commands and stuff, and that's actually useful. Also, as it's LTE watch and all those things, even if I press here, if I just press here, you get all the apps over here. As you can see, you can even call with this one. You can make calls with this one. So that's actually nice. Some of you were asking, but again, I would say just use it in an emergency or something like that, because again, the speaker is just okay, and if you're outdoors, the sound will be muffled. I have used it a couple of times to get calls. It shows over here who's calling. You can pick up the call and disconnect the call, but again, don't expect that you will take long calls while on this. You look stupid like this, and again, it's not very loud. But yeah, in a pinch, I've used it to say people, I'm busy, I'll call you later and stuff like that. That works. So in terms of touch functionality, again, it's pretty good. As you can see, I don't have any issues with that, and it works. Also, these straps are removable. Actually, you get two in the box. This is the longer one, you get the shorter one also. These are 20 mm straps, so you can easily replace this if you want. And you also get this thing, that this is known as the charging dock, and you have to place it on this for charging. And the thing is that the charging speeds are actually pretty slow. It will take you about 2.5 hours for it to charge. And let's now talk about the battery, because that's the big problem with modern smart watches. And I've seen claims in media and stuff claiming 4 days, 5 days of battery life with this one. That is not true. You'll get just about 2 days of battery life, and I would say anywhere between 1.5 to 2 days of battery life based on your usage. And this is with the not always on. If I keep that always on display, yes, you can do that, but again, it will drain the battery quite a bit. And I'm using it in the normal mode, not in the airplane mode, connected to this phone, because what's the point of having a smartwatch if it's not connected to your smart? So expect about 1.5 to 2 days worth of battery life on this one. The good thing is that it also does sleep tracking. If you're wearing it and you sleep, it will track your sleeps and even naps. That's actually nice. And automatic heart rate also it does. Let me actually show you the companion app that you get. This is it's connected to my Galaxy Fold, and let me just go to this. This is the basic app that you get, and it gives you an idea about right now the battery is about 38%, and storage, it comes with 4 gigabytes of internal storage, and out of that you just get about 1.4 gigabytes of space for storage. Again, if you're just using apps, that won't be a problem, but if you're trying to store a lot of music, then that might be a limitation. And also in terms of RAM, you have about 4 gigabytes of RAM, and in terms of RAM, as you can see, it says this 567 MB is free. In day-to-day usage, I didn't have any problems in terms of responsiveness or anything, so that's not a problem with this watch. That was actually fine. And general UI is fine. It's running on an Exynos dual core processor, so in that area it's fine, I would say. The only problem I have is that Bixby recognition, voice recognition, is a little bit slow to my liking. And apart from this, again, big thing with these smartwatches is the health. So you also have this Samsung Health, and here, as you can see, it tracks what you are doing and all those things. For example, I've already walked 5,800 steps in the morning. I went for a walk or stuff. So it gives that. So it also has historic trends, what you have done earlier and all those things. This is typical stuff, as you can see. So it gives you an idea. The other day on Monday, 13,000 steps I've walked and whatever. So it gives you that. And also it tracks your heart rate and all those things automatically. So it gives you trends about it. So these are the simple stuff that it does. And it also reminds you to just, if you're just sitting for a long time, it reminds you to just get up, do a twist and stuff, and all those things actually work. And notifications also work, but sometimes one bug I have noticed is that some of the notifications, for most of the notifications you get a vibration, but some of the notifications sometimes I just don't get a vibration on the wrist, and when I look at it, I get that icon over here. So that is something. And regarding notifications, that is also completely customizable. Let me just unlock this and let's just go to the Samsung Wear app, and here, as you can see, you can go to the notification tab, and in manage notification you can select which apps send you the notifications on the smartwatch. So that is completely customizable, as you can see. So that's actually a nice thing, because if you enable all the notifications, it'll go crazy, you'll get too many notifications. So again, for SMS and stuff, for WhatsApp, I have enabled the notifications, as you can see. So in that area it works. But battery life, just about 1.5 to about 2 days worth of battery life. But the build quality is really good. It's also water resistant, IP68. So technically you can go swimming with this one also. I didn't try that, but while working out and stuff, it was very sweaty and nothing happened. So in that way it's good, because I also have the old one, so I can vouch for it. The build quality is good. It looks solid. This entire area is actually made up of metal, not plastic or anything. So overall, I would say a good Android based smartwatch. If you are having a Android smartphone, I would still say, if I compare it with the Apple Watch is much better. But the problem with the Apple Watch is that you really need an iPhone to use it, and it doesn't work with an Android phone. So if you have an Android phone, we have very less choices as of now for a smartwatch. But now, considering the pricing of this one that has fallen, as I've told you, on Amazon, it goes on sales, and now it's come down to about 21,000 for this 42mm variant. I feel if you're looking for a smartwatch, you can seriously have a look at this one. Anyways, guys, that is my review for this Samsung Galaxy Watch 42mm. What do you guys think about the same? Do let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys are still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.